Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm doing something a little bit different to usual. I decided to do the Unjaded Reset Challenge, which was set by none other than Unjaded Jade, who is a YouTuber that I've been watching recently. She's classed as a study tuber, and although I don't go to sixth form or school or university, I really enjoy her videos and still find a lot of inspiration from them. Even though she does talk a lot about academic stuff, she talks about other stuff as well and makes videos about other things, and I just find her very inspiring. And I think it would have been good if I'd have known of YouTubers like her back when I was at school, or at sixth form especially, because that's when I really struggled. I could do a whole other video on all of that and like education and stuff and how I coped with it, which I do want to do at some point, and I want to make more videos kind of like that. She recently made a video speaking about the Unjaded Reset Challenge that she set, which is a week-long challenge, and she put it up on her website. It's just a timetable of things you need to do each day to reset, motivate you to study or work or do certain things basically. And I have been doing it this week. It is now Sunday as I'm filming this, and I've completed it. Obviously I'm still in the process of doing it today because today's the last day of the week, and I will get on to what Sunday entails in a moment. But not only am I doing this challenge, I am doing this challenge, or have done this challenge, but I also kind of set myself a double challenge. So I challenged myself to do the reset challenge, and then I also challenged myself to try and fit it into a very busy week or a busy schedule. And this is probably the sort of thing you do when you have a bit more time, and this is how you slot things into like a general day. But because my days have been so busy, I wanted to see if I could still fit these things in, and now I'm going to let you know how it went. I filmed a few clips over the week of stuff I was doing, but then over the weekend I haven't really filmed anything because it was just very repetitive, a lot of time lapses of me doing stuff, so I'm just going to get straight into it right now. Monday is all about foundations, and the first challenge was to wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual. And because I've had a busy week, I have been working at a school this week. I had been doing it for a few weeks, and this week was my last week, and it was just a temporary kind of job, so I was already getting up quite early for that anyway. So I thought, I can get up 15 minutes earlier. I'm going to set my alarm for earlier, and I'm going to get up earlier, and I did. And I wasn't allowed to snooze at all, so I set my alarm and got straight up. To be honest, it wasn't too much of a struggle. You kind of think in your head, oh my god, I have to get up 15 minutes early, are you kidding? I could really use that extra sleep. But when I did it, it didn't really feel like it made much of a difference, to be honest. It just meant I had more time to get ready. It was okay, like it didn't feel like a struggle. If it had been like get up an hour early, then that might have been a problem. I did it, I got up 15 minutes earlier and got ready and went out to work. Sorry, I'm reading this off my phone, that's why I keep looking down, just so I can get all the information exactly right. The next thing for Monday's task or challenge was to review your goals, redefine long-term goals, why you do what you do, what is your motivation, what do you want your future life to look like, what subjects / topics are challenging you the most and why. So I just, for this, obviously there's not specific subjects that I'm struggling with or that I need extra time on because I'm not in school or at college or at uni or anything like that. So I use this time to write down some long-term goals that I've been working towards, or that I feel like I need to push myself with more and stuff. This can be different for every person, it just depends where you are in your life and what you're aiming towards. So I wrote some goals down that I was aiming towards just to remind myself. So for my long-term goals, I actually wrote to be a character and parade performer at Disneyland Paris. That is my biggest goal at the moment, and I'm very nearly there now. I am working my ass off to make it happen. Like, I've obviously done the audition, I'm just waiting to hear back. I'm trying to use the law of attraction to draw that contract towards me, and I'm still going with that. Again, something I can make a whole new video on. I really wanted to start talking about stuff like that more, so let me know if you're interested in that. Also, to be in a West End show, that isn't something, that's obviously something I want to do, that's one of my dreams, but I kind of want to do the Disney stuff first, and then when I've decided that, you know, I'm finished with that and I'm happy and I've fulfilled my dreams for that, I want to start auditioning for West End shows. I should have started auditioning for them already, and I've chickened out of a few West End auditions, and I don't really know the reason. I just chickened out, and it is something I want to do, but because I'm so focused on the Disney stuff at the moment, I feel like I need to do that first. But if an audition comes up soon, I might just go to it anyway and try and motivate myself to just do it because I need to. Then another one was to reach 1,000 subscribers, which I've mentioned in videos before. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I am literally a few subscribers off 900 now, so I'm getting very close, which is really exciting, and again, something I always thought I wouldn't get to. And I know 1,000 subscribers is nothing to some people, like some people have like 10 million, but this is a little goal for me, and it's an achievement for me, and to me that is still a big number. Another one is to learn more French, because obviously when I do move to Paris, it's not required that I have to know French. You either have to know French or English to work there as a character and parade performer, but I just want to brush up on my French because I'm going to be living there. I kind of want to know like what I'm doing and be able to speak to more people and just not feel so isolated from it all. I want to be more cultured basically. I really want to get involved in it all, and I've been really enjoying learning French. I've been using the Duolingo app, and I love that app. This is not an ad, obviously, but I just love that app, so it's been really helping me a lot. I am struggling a bit, but I'm still at the basics at the moment, so I am getting there, but I'm really enjoying it. Then the next thing was to choose 3 positive affirmations based on this. For example, I'm worthy of being successful and happy, I'm going to be a successful doctor, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, etc. So I picked 3 things that I wanted to tell myself and I wanted to get into my head, and I wrote them down, and then they were my 3 positive affirmations for the week. I'll read them out to you, and this is kind of one of the difficult bits because you'll see as well that throughout the week you have to repeat these 3 chosen affirmations to yourself, and sometimes it can feel a bit embarrassing because you feel like it's a bit strange talking to yourself in the mirror, telling yourself these things. And also sometimes it's hard to show the difference between you trying to keep a positive mindset and you being, you know, big-headed and thinking I'm the best, I'm this. But you've got to be positive about yourself, you've got to love yourself, you've got to be kind to yourself and treat yourself how you treat others. Like, you wouldn't go up to someone and be like, oh, you're not good enough to do this. You just wouldn't, so why do it to yourself? It's all about mental health as well. So my 3 positive affirmations were, although it feels kind of awkward to tell you because obviously I don't want it to sound like I'm being big-headed, this is not that at all, this is what this is. You have to tell yourself these positive things to make them, you believe them, and to motivate you and to make them become reality. So my first one is, I am capable of achieving my dream job. I know that I am capable of it because I passed my audition, and that obviously means I'm capable enough. I wouldn't have passed the audition if I wasn't capable enough. So I've done it now, and I know that is one thing I can tick off. Definitely know that I'm capable enough to get that job, and it is going to happen for me because I've worked my ass off for it and I know that I can do it. The next one is that I am talented enough. I always really doubt my talent, and I have worked in the performing arts, I say industry, I've not been working, I've been doing just a lot of performing from a very young age. A lot of the time, like, especially my singing teacher, she's one of the people that inspires me the most and motivates me the most, and she always tells me that my singing voice is coming on so well, and a lot of the time I struggle to believe that I am talented enough to be doing certain things. But from what other people say, I know that I think I am better than I tell myself I am. Like, even saying this now, I'm like, I think, but I'm not saying I'm the most talented person in the world, but I need to tell myself that I'm talented enough and that I'm doing well, because a lot of the time it's hard to believe. So I keep telling myself that, and it's helping my confidence, so it's going well. And then the last one is, I work hard at what I love and it's enough, because sometimes, I know this can be the same with a lot of people, but sometimes I find it hard to motivate myself to things that I'm not extremely passionate about. But when I'm passionate about something, I will not stop until I've got it, and I am so focused on it. And it's like the Disney audition and waiting on that contract. I have non-stop thought about it. I've been working towards it, preparing myself for when that day comes. I have been acting as if it's already mine. Again, it's all about the law of attraction. I have been treating it as if it is already mine. I have been planning everything around it. Like, I'm making sure that it does become a reality, and not thinking about, oh, it's going to happen in the future, thinking that I know now that it's on its way and acting as if it already is here. But again, I could do more on the law of attraction in a whole other video. So the last one for Monday is to pick a habit to track, and this can be, for example, revising extra chemistry, waking up at a certain time, reading. This is everything that it says on here. So the habit that I tried to pick up, and I've been trying to do this week, I have struggled because I sometimes kind of forget, and sometimes when I've had a busy day I come home and I'm exhausted and I just go straight to sleep. But I've been trying to pick this up, and it is just to do more reading. And I try and pick this habit up so often because whenever I get into it I love it, but sometimes I kind of forget and I come home and I end up thinking, oh, I'll watch a couple of videos and then I'll like read and stuff before bed, because obviously it's better to read just before you go to bed rather than staring at a screen. It's not good for your sleep or your mental health really. So I decided that I was going to start reading more, and although I haven't read as much as I wanted to this week, I have been doing some other things to do with this whole challenge and just to help my mental health, because this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, for my mental health, which is kind of what it's all about. But I was actually reading The Secret again. This is a book that I have already read, and I just keep going back to it and reading bits of it just to remind myself of what mindset I want to be in. And I just got really cozy, put some fairy lights on and just read and just relaxed just before I went to bed, and it felt really nice and it really relaxed me. And it is the best way to relax, is to get away from the screens. I still watch my TV at night before bed, I still look at my phone. I am not perfect at this, but I am trying to work on that. Now on to Tuesday, which is all about work. And the first one, like on all the other days, is to repeat your chosen 3 positive affirmations to yourself. So stood in the mirror, repeat them to myself, even though it sometimes feels a bit awkward. It's really good to do, and it puts you in that mindset for the rest of the day, and it's just reminding yourself of how you want to be thinking and reminding yourself of those important things. Then the next is revision. So this is 25 minutes completely focused work with a 5-minute break. Obviously I'm not revising for an exam or at school like I keep saying, so I tried to adapt this challenge more to me. But for this, it's all about revision and working on any topics, anything you're struggling to learn, and 20 minutes going over things that you didn't know. So for all of this I was doing my French practice, so I worked on getting into more of that, practicing, and then anything that I did wrong I'd go back over, have a look at and try and put it in my head, because it's usually the same sort of things that I get stuck on, that I'm still struggling with, like certain ways of saying certain things, and I get sometimes a bit muddled up. So I just went back and looked through all of that, tried to get it into my head and work on that. Yeah, basically I just spent my evening doing some extra French work. So yes, those things on this day for the challenge weren't all separate, they kind of moulded together, but again, this is just how I was fitting it into a busy schedule as well. It was what I had time for, and I've realised that all of these kind of linked together for what I wanted to do. So that was my work for that day. Also, I had rehearsals that day. I was working, I have 3 jobs at the moment. Well, obviously I've finished the temporary one that I was on about earlier on in the video, but I still have 2 other jobs, and I do a lot of rehearsals pretty much every night, so it's fitting it all around that. So that is still like me doing lots of work, but coming home and doing some extra French revision, I guess, even though I'm not revising for an exam, but I'm revising for a job technically. Now on to Wednesday, which is all about passion project and proactivity. So again, start off with repeating the 3 positive affirmations, then it's on to the passion. Why can't I say passion project? What do you love doing? At least 10 minutes learning just for fun. So it can be learning French, doing something further from a lesson that you've done, books and articles and all of this stuff. And then the last one was 10 minutes researching, or 10 plus minutes researching. So this can be work experience, volunteering, summer courses, uni courses that interest you. Be proactive and consider contacting some. I suppose these 2 kind of link. And of course, you know that I picked looking over Disney related stuff. I was researching more about the job I'm going for, even though I know a lot about this job because I've auditioned 5 times for it and I've done a lot of research on it already, and I know a lot about it, but I looked online to see if I could find more about it and kind of get an idea of stuff I can prepare and stuff. I love watching people's videos. Not many people have made videos about being a cast member and like tips and stuff, but a few people have. I'll link a couple down below if I remember, but I watch people like that as well, and I was just like looking online at stuff and reading some different articles. I know you can't share too much online anyway, so that's probably why people don't, but yeah, I just was looking into it more because it got me excited and it made me feel good, which is exactly what you want. That was my passion project for the day, even though I'm really struggling to say that apparently. Basically the 2 things that I did for today's challenge kind of mix again. It's really hard when you're not specifically studying for something and stuff like that, but obviously I was looking into the Disney stuff and that was helping me for when I get out there. I didn't actually contact anybody and book anything like that for this, so maybe I failed it a little bit, but I did do some research for a monologue that I am doing. Basically, I have an audition coming up on Tuesday and I was doing some research, looking into some monologues I could do, and I found one finally, because it takes me so long to find a monologue I like, but I was doing a lot of that. I feel like I've failed this a little bit. I know this isn't the perfect way to do it, but this is just how I fit it into my busy schedule, and it was a couple of things that worked for me. Obviously I'm passionate about performing, so the monologue worked as my passion project as well, and the Disney stuff worked as this because I was researching for when I get out there and being proactive and being prepared for when that day comes. Now on to Thursday, which is all about well-being, and again repeating the positive affirmations to myself, then at least 15 to 20 minutes of exercise with a revision break. So obviously I was doing my French practice and everything and working on audition material and all of that, but for my exercise I actually had rehearsals anyway. I do pretty much every night, and also I was practicing audition stuff and practicing for upcoming shows and stuff, which was kind of my exercise as well. So I did quite a lot. I didn't need to focus too much on the exercise part of this because I knew I had an hour rehearsal, an hour dance class later on in the evening as well. Then the next one was to physically write down 3 things you're grateful for today. I actually have started doing this more often, not just on this day. I did it a little bit more often because I want to start getting into the habit of doing this more regularly, because being grateful for things really helps you achieve what you want. So the 3 things that I wrote for this day were that how the kids I work with look up to me and how I have a positive impact on them. So again, this is the like temporary job I was doing, this kind of classroom assistant kind of job I was doing basically, and the kids really got to know me over those few weeks. Obviously I'm so sad it's over, but it was killing me doing 3 jobs in a day. I just can't do it as a permanent thing, even though I really enjoyed the experience. It's a lot. The kids really looked up to me and I gained a close like connection with them all. Like I just really liked working with them and they inspired me as well in a weird way. It was just really heartwarming to work with such a young group of people, and it was just really fun and I did enjoy it, and that made me feel really grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. Then the next one was that I am managing to stay positive more often recently and accepting that it's okay to have a bad day. So I have been staying a lot more positive recently, again working on The Secret, just trying to stay positive more often, and I've really done well with it. But also, like I said on here, accepting that it's okay to have a bad day, because I do have bad days sometimes and everyone does and it's human. But whenever I do at the moment, because I'm trying to keep this positive thinking and work on the law of attraction and all of this, when I do have a bad day, I'm even more hard on myself than I used to be, because I'm like, no, I can't do this. I've been working so hard at staying positive and all of this, and then now I'm having a bad day and now I'm getting upset about things and now I'm feeling down. Why am I doing this to myself? I've been doing so well, I've let myself down, and now it's just going to ruin all of those good days. It's going to be like they don't even matter anymore because you're having a bad day again, and it's like you're giving up. No, it would be very unnatural to never have a bad day, to have a perfectly happy day every day. That just never happens. So I think it's good to accept that you have bad days, and the way to get around that and still stay positive as much as you can is to accept that, okay, I've had a bad day or I've had a bad couple of days. That does not mean that's a bad thing. That is normal, and I can learn from that and grow from that and go on to the next day and try again. Each day is a new day, and I just have to think of it that way. I even set a motivational quote as my lock screen to help me with this, and it just is on here, and it says, right now you might not feel the best you've ever felt. You might feel that things will never get better, but don't give up. Tomorrow you might see something wonderful. The thing you've been worrying about may be resolved. You might have a good day tomorrow. You may smile. In a few years' time, the things that are making you feel like this will be forgotten about. So that is something that really helps me. So on a bad day, seeing this whenever I go onto my phone really helps me, so I thought it was a good idea to set it as my lock screen. And then the last thing that I put that I was grateful for was the people that watch and support my videos, because on this day in particular I had a few comments again on certain videos, a lot on my Disney audition videos. That's where I seem to get the most interaction with people. It just means a lot to me when people subscribe to me, and just knowing that people are getting something out of the videos I make, because again, that's something I put myself down about a lot, is that no one really cares about my videos, no one really wants to watch them, they're not as exciting as everyone else is, but I just want to inspire people. And sometimes when people comment saying that my videos help them a lot for their next Disney audition, or that thanks to my videos they've gone on and passed an audition, and not even just Disney related stuff, just anything, like talking about my anxiety, me being more open about it really helps other people, and hearing that from them is amazing. Even just talking about these things to the camera right now is making me feel even more positive, so I just think I need to keep reading over these and keep saying them out loud. Sometimes saying them out loud works better than thinking them in your head, because saying them out loud, it's more real. Then the last one is 20 minutes to organise folders / notes or tidy your room. Tidy space, tidy mind. So I took this time to tidy up a little bit in my room. It wasn't super messy, it wasn't super clean either. Not that it wasn't clean, it was just there's things on the floor that could have been tidied up, stuff that needed putting back onto my shelves and stuff, and organising like bits of paper and putting them together, like work related stuff. So I spent some time doing that. Like the challenge says, tidy space, tidy mind, really helps. And although my room is never completely tidy, I do try, it does help me a lot once I've cleared the space. Like today I've done some cleaning in my room, I've done some polishing, I'm going to vacuum my floor at some point today as well. I am going to do that, and it just helps the atmosphere feel a little bit more put together. You feel a little bit more put together, I guess, and it makes everything feel like your life is in order and you know what you're doing with your life. Now on to Friday, which is kindness and growth. Again, repeating the positive affirmations. Then today you are going to do an act of kindness, big or small, have it in your mind the whole day. So it can be holding the door open for someone, asking a friend if they're okay, anything. And obviously with the job that I was doing as in a classroom with young children, I was always helping them out, and I tried even more so today I'm obviously always being kind to them, I'm obviously always being as helpful as I can, but even more so on this day I was just really trying to be as helpful as possible, and I was going out of my way to help people, which I always do anyway. And that is one thing that I like about myself. I care a lot about other people, and I want to make other people happy, and I enjoy making other people happy and helping other people. So this is something that wasn't too much of a challenge for me, and it's something I enjoy. Again, not saying that I'm perfect and oh I'm just the nicest person ever, blah blah. This is one thing I like about myself, is that I am nice and I believe that I am nice, and I like to help other people. Next was to have it in your mind that today you will somehow go out of your comfort zone. So speak to someone that you wouldn't normally, sign up for something. I have singing lessons on Fridays, and I often get really insecure about my singing, like I spoke about earlier on in the video. I think I'm not good enough, and sometimes I hold myself back. If you know a lot about singing and stuff, like belting certain notes, and like sometimes I'd hold back and I'd sing it kind of nicely instead of like really pushing those notes out, and like performing it. Sometimes I get really nervous in those singing lessons. I don't know why, my singing teacher's always talking to me about it, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it this time. I always try my hardest obviously, but I'm not gonna let my fear hold me back. And although I was talking about how insecure I was about this particular song in this singing lesson, how I didn't think I was good enough to sing this song, or it didn't sound good enough, I still pushed myself, and I was a bit out of my comfort zone, but I feel like it helped me a lot. And whenever I do go out of my comfort zone with my singing, I always thank myself for it in my singing lessons. So it's definitely something that I struggle with a lot, but I really pushed myself, and I'm proud of myself for that, so that's another thing I'm grateful for. I also wrote some more things that I was grateful about on this day, and it helped me a lot. Also, this arrived on Friday, so that gave me lots more motivation, and I was saying to myself, oh, I can't wait till I get out there and start working there, and then I can take this with me. And that was, again, a way of putting it into my head that it's going to happen. By the way, how cute is this? I'm sorry, but I'm so excited. These were really hard to get a hold of. Managed to get one when they went back in stock. Anyway, that's beside the point. And then the last one was to plan your weekend, like the work you're gonna do, revision and homework. Obviously for me, it wasn't revision or homework. Technically you could count it as that, because this weekend I wanted to spend time working on my monologue for my audition, practicing my song for my audition, just practicing different dances I need to do for different shows. So like practicing my dance basically, and all of that, plan that all out. And now we go on to Saturday, which was detox, and this is the day where I have to be a bit honest with you, because I definitely failed this day's challenge, and I'm about to tell you why. Repeating the affirmations to yourself. Then, today mate, you have a phone limit. No more than 20 minutes on social media the whole day. Gives you ideas of how to come away from your phone, so turn it off, block apps. I'm not gonna lie to you, I woke up on Saturday morning, did my usual, checked my phone, scrolling through different stuff, checking my notifications, blah 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 blah. Then after that, I went on to the screenshot I have of this challenge to have a look and remind myself of what today's challenge was. And then I was like, oh yeah, I was meant to not be on my phone for any longer than 20 minutes after just spending probably longer than 20 minutes just this morning after waking up. So I'm just being honest with you, I'm not going to pretend that I did perfect at this challenge, because I already know I didn't. Then this day just kind of went a bit downhill, but that doesn't mean that I just gave up and I was like, I'll just use my phone as much as I normally would. I did try to use it less, especially in the evening. I watched a film with my family and I did use it a little bit when I was there downstairs, but every time I realised what I was doing, I was like, no, I'm going to put it down, I'm just going to enjoy the film. I know it's still like turning away from a screen to look at another screen, but it was nice family time. Sorry if I look like I've been crying, I just had to cough, so now I look like I've just started crying. I'm fine. Another one on this list for Saturday was no phone downtime. Read a book, volunteer, see a friend, draw, creative writing, all of this. And then there was one about getting work done, so I did a bit more French practice, but obviously it meant I had to use my phone, so it was a bit awkward. And you know, kind of just throughout the whole day, obviously I had rehearsals that day as well, so I wasn't on my phone for that obviously, and I was doing more practice then and stuff like that, so kind of trying to fit that all in together. But in the evening after watching that film, I came upstairs, and for the evening I actually did some more yoga. Found a video on YouTube and did like a 20-minute yoga for anxiety and mental health, and I turned off all my lights, just put my fairy lights on. It was super relaxing and really calming, and I kid you not, it helped me have such a good night's sleep. Another thing I did as well was watch a load of videos on the law of attraction, because a YouTuber I watch had talked about it in her video, and she linked some YouTubers down below that she watches to do with the law of attraction, and I was watching quite a few of their videos to keep myself motivated, and I was just feeling really good last night. Although I was kind of failed at the not using my phone kind of thing, I've definitely changed up my routine for the better yesterday, and I do want to get into that more regularly. I know there's going to be days where I slip a bit and I don't do it and I'm just sat watching YouTube all the time. Like today I've had Netflix on, but I've still been productive and I've still been learning monologues, and I've been like switching it off to practice my monologues, sometimes having it in the background, because sometimes I can't work without background noise, so just having something on in the background and not focusing on it does sometimes help me. Yeah, basically I did fail Saturdays kind of, but I still tried my best to reset by coming away from my phone a little bit, like more than I usually would. I know I failed, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to be real with you. I did try, and I'm so thankful that I had a go at doing the yoga and watching these law of attraction videos, because it is even more so changing my mindset and helping me a lot. And then we are on to today as I'm filming this, which again, 3 positive affirmations. Work. So it's reflecting on your week, highlights of your week. I'm still in the process of doing this because it's like the middle of the day, so I might just talk to you about them in this video, and that can be my way of doing it as well. So, highlights of the week. Honestly, one of the biggest highlights was doing my yoga. Also, another thing about Saturday is that my confidence got knocked a little bit, and I started to feel myself drop again a little bit with my confidence and the way I was feeling. But again, watching these law of attraction videos and doing some yoga and everything, I picked myself back up and I'm feeling a lot better today. And I just keep thinking everything happens for a reason, something good's on its way. So I'm feeling good again now. So that kind of affected it as well, because I was feeling a bit down. I was just sat on my phone scrolling through Instagram like, oh, I'm just feeling sad. But I picked myself back up again, and sometimes it takes me way longer than that, so that's something I'm very proud of doing. But yeah, highlights of the week, doing my yoga. I don't know, just achieving quite a lot this week in terms of my mental health. Like, my anxiety hasn't been that great this week. Like, I've been feeling kind of ill from my anxiety, like it just sometimes does. But I've not been letting it spoil my day and stuff. I've really been working on that, and I'm proud of that. And like, again, it says here like anything that I will carry forward into next week, any specific habits that I started. Definitely more reading, more yoga. I love it. I've loved doing that. More writing down how I'm feeling and writing down all my positive affirmations, things I'm grateful for, writing down what I want and working on things and acting as if I already have specific things to make them become reality. And that's what I've been doing this week. Is definitely stuff I'm going to carry into the following week, and more and more every week. Then what can I improve on? Taking a break from my phone more often. Sometimes it's just this day and age we live in. We are all glued to our phones, even when we try our best not to be. And also as well, because I do have a boyfriend, and when I'm not with him, I like to be able to speak to him. I don't obviously speak to him 24/7, but thought of being away from my phone all day, it's like I don't want to not be able to chat to him at all. But I know that's a stupid reason, but you know. And how productive was my learning time? I think I did well. Like, I could have done more, but again, because I was fitting it into a busy schedule, I kind of did the most I could. And I think as time gets less busy, I know I can spend more time on that, and I feel like I know I can be more motivated, because I've shown that to myself this week, because I've really stuck to this. I know there's been fails, but I've stuck to it all week, and I haven't thought, oh, I kind of failed a little bit this day, so I'll just give up for the rest of the week. I've kept going. And how many days did you embed your habit? So I've been doing it quite a few days this week. I haven't done it every day this week, but I'm getting there, and I'm going to start doing it more often. And then the last one was, what is your most challenging subject / topic / chapter, and why? What can you do now to lessen the burden and stress? So I don't have a specific thing that I'm struggling with the most at the moment, to be honest. Things are going smoothly currently, like all the work stuff I'm doing is okay. Basically, my 3 jobs, obviously one of them I finished now, which was that temporary teaching job, although I am doing 1 day a week after Easter half term. Next week's the last week before everyone breaks up for Easter for 2 weeks. I know it's different in other places in the UK. After that, I'm going to be doing 1 day a week, going in to help my mom, because she teaches at a school, so I'm going to be helping her 1 day a week. Just in like the mornings. I also do dog walking, and I also teach drama after school clubs throughout the week. Most evenings, apart from a Monday when Luke's around for the evening, I am rehearsing all week. So it's always like different show rehearsals, and obviously my singing lessons, and then on Saturdays I have rehearsals in the day as well. That is how I fit everything into a busy week, and that is what I got up to this week. I'm not going to go into detail about specific rehearsals every day, because this video is already very long, but basically lots of working, lots of rehearsing. So the very short amount of time, oh, I can hear the ice cream man. The very short amount of time I had in between all of this stuff that was going on this week, I set myself the challenge to work on all of the things on this list that Jade has done, and it's definitely helped me a lot, and I'm really glad that I gave it a go. And it may not be easy to stick to every single week, and I know that I'm not gonna be perfect at doing it, but it has changed my mindset a lot, and I'm definitely gonna work harder on achieving more stuff like this, and really setting my mind to what I want to do, and staying more positive and being more motivated. So I hope I've said everything that I wanted to say in this video. I don't know if it's made sense to you, but I just wanted to do a video doing this challenge anyway, and I thought I could show you how I fit it into a busy schedule. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you want me to make more videos like this. I definitely do want to make more videos on like motivation and positivity and just giving advice on life, basically. It's stuff I want to start talking about more, and there's lots of things that I don't talk about that I want to talk about more, so I'm gonna do that. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to me, and also don't forget to subscribe to Jade as well. I'll try and remember to leave her channel down below. Her channel is Unjaded Jade. She is my favourite YouTuber at the moment. I love what she does, so definitely go and check her out. And Jade, if you're watching this, if you've got this far, hi. Don't even know if you'll have clicked on the video at all, and also this video is probably really long, but I love you a lot. I think you are great and such an inspiration, and what you're doing is incredible for so many people, whether they're young or a bit older like me, because I'm nearly 22 now, so you know, getting old, aren't I? I mean, I'm not that old. Getting close to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, which I am going to hit by the end of the year. Setting that, putting that out into the universe now. That is what is going to happen by the end of the year. Done! I completed the challenge. Even though I failed at a few bits, I completed it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!